Woke up this morning, feeling the vibe, got my headphones on, ready to thrive. Voices in my ear, lifting me high, upward bound podcast, reaching for the sky. Lessons learned from the deep and wise, personal growth like a sweet surprise. Tune in, turn it up, feel the spark, igniting the fire, lighting the dark.
I love our song.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Upward Bound podcast, where real conversations lead to real growth.
We're here to help you level up in your life, your leadership, and your future.
With practical insights, honest conversation, and tools that you can start applying today.
Ooh.
I'm Ernie, leader of the Kumos.
I'm Jeff Williamson.
And I'm McIntosh, and this is what we call the Upward Bound podcast.
Oh.
Here. And if you've been feeling stuck, ready for more, or know you're capable of your next level.
Y'all, you're in the right place. So how about we get right to it, huh?
Come on, let's go. Hey, how was your week? Let's just start there. Ernie, come on. How was your week?
My week has been fantastic. I think both of you know that I was just coming back from a trip.
Let's go.
Canada.
Yes. And I slept for 11 hours after that.
Wow.
So that comes with rest and then getting back in the saddle and getting to the group of things. But how about you, gents?
Hey, listen, I have a good time every week. We just had our men's breakfast and preparing for a men's conference. And so things are going well. Jeff, what's going on in South Carolina?
In South Carolina, y'all listen. So I'm actually going to be a grandparent.
Let's go.
So what my wife and I did today, we went to garage sales. I hate garage sales. What I do like is we bought like 5 or 6 things for like $16, y'all. I'm like,
wow.
You seriously want $5 for that? All right, I'm in. Let's go. Let's do this thing. So,
yeah, the banker knows where to find the deal.
I mean, let's do this thing. That's right. That's right.
Hey, look, I've been thinking about something as we were preparing for our time together, as I always look forward to having. And so I was thinking about, like, have you ever felt like things were going so well and then all of a sudden, boom, pressure hits? I mean, I'm working on a document and then all of a sudden the auto save is not on and it just goes away, or something that I expected to happen at work recently just did not happen the way that I thought it would. And often you think that you're prepared for those things, but and sometimes you can get in the comfort when things seem calm, and the false idea that everything is good and you're steady and patient. But when stress comes in, I mean, those unexpected challenges come in, it really has a way of revealing what's going on underneath.
Yeah. I heard a quote one time. It says, life is what happens when you're busy making other plans.
That's it.
And I'm like, that's cool. I heard that as a little guy. I think it's actually like a lyric or something that came from one of the Beatles, actually. I think my dad taught me that. And I'm like, okay, whatever, Dad. That's like 20, 30 years ago. But now I'm like, whoa, that's actually really, really good.
That's good. That's good. And pressure, I've heard, right, is an indication on what's going on internally, like that thing that's going on under the engine, under the hood. And the bigger question is, are you proud about what it brings out sometimes?
Not always. Not always.
The laugh says it.
Yeah, that was an awkward laugh there.
Obviously, the laugh says it all. Like, obviously, a lot of times we are not proud of what happens, and we just wish that we can go back in time and change it.
Yeah,
those moments wherein you reflect and say, "Why the heck did I say that?" Or I could have done it differently, but. Yeah. Which is why we're talking about the book by Papa John, which is The High Road Leadership, right? It's learning from it, But I love this because, like we said last podcast, we love the book because it challenges us to become better leaders, but growth still has to happen. What about you, Jeff? What are your thoughts?
I know that when I'm just driving around here, and I'm a lot better at it now here, but when I lived in Michigan, it was sometimes 4 and 5 lanes of traffic, and somebody cuts you off, and I'm not ashamed to admit that I'd let them know, hey, you're number one, right? Wink, wink. But, actually, my kids taught me that, not that I'm trying to be passive aggressive, not me, but sometimes when I get frustrated and they cut me off now, I just wave. I'm like, hey, how's it going? It's like, I need to evolve still. I'm not a perfect person, but man, sometimes that pressure, it can get to you.
Well, good, man.
Yes.
Listen.
Can I add something to that? Whenever someone cuts me off on the road, actually, I don't know if this is appropriate, but sometimes I think that they just have to use the restroom really quickly.
That's fair. That's fair.
That's called reframing.
That's better.
Yes, reframing.
Reframing. So listen,
we've all been there before, right?
Yeah. So we're looking at like the big idea, chapter 2. We're in chapter 2 of this book, High Road Leadership. And one of the premises says that pressure doesn't create who we are. It only reveals who we are.
Yeah.
As a definition, a high road leader is someone who leads with an others first mindset, values people, brings unity, and chooses integrity over ego.
Yeah.
While that definitely matters for some leaders, it also matters for anyone who wants to grow in character, strengthen relationships, and respond under pressure. And as we kind of dive into our discussion today, just a reminder, we got some people who are on with us live. So we're going to be trying to jump in and answer questions as we go throughout this. And we'll do our best to really try to get good coverage over your questions towards the end. So
that's us being others first mindset. I think it's application. I love it. Look at us go.
That's it.
Yes. Thinking that they are having to use the restroom. Yes, I agree.
That's good.
Oh boy.
I would like to jump in on the thought of sometimes and Len touched on this, what's inside comes out whenever we are put under pressure. Just something to ponder though. Do you think people can hold it together under pressure long term? Or does what really is inside eventually shows up? At some point, pressure exposes what's inside of us. And
that's right.
We all had those moments where, you thought you're growing, but pressure hit and you're like, actually, I still have a lot more work to do.
I'm not as far along as I thought I was.
Yeah. Right? Just when you thought you're like a step ahead, you still have more steps to go through. And I would like to share something that's very transparent, vulnerable.
Okay, here we go.
Give them the truth.
Disclaimer though, I'm fine. I am fine.
That's what nobody needs to call in. It's fair. It's good.
I'll say, right?
That's right.
So a couple of weeks ago, I had a rough week. And I don't like saying never, but I have not done this before. I got home. I was on the phone. It was a very rough week. I was on the phone trying to handle something. I went straight to the kitchen, opened the fridge, and grabbed me a bottle of tequila.
Oh boy.
Again, disclaimer, I'm fine. I'm not an alcoholic. I'm sure Len is going to be like, do we have to have this conversation? But I placed it at the counter. I had that conversation. I finished the conversation in my room. And then I went right back out and saw the bottle of tequila. So that's my conditioning in the past. I go straight to the alcohol. I mean, I don't know. Can you gents relate to that? Have you done that before?
There's been so many times and so many different things. And James Clear talks about triggers and atomic habits. And, it's something happens and then therefore we're going to react in such a way that's going to be positive or an area for opportunity. And my thing was, when I talk to people and I get cut off in conversation, it just, it used to just grind my gears. It's like, I think in my head, I have so much value to add. Why can't this person understand that, but it's like understanding that, as we are valuing people and we're kind of understanding that trigger, it kind of calls me to really think, 20,000 foot view and said, I don't think that person has had the same understanding and training. They probably didn't read these books and go to John Maxwell certifications and things like that. Not that they're a lesser or worse person, but it's caused me to change that trigger. Like, like you did, it's like, hey, initially when I get so frustrated, I might want to get a shot of tequila or something like that. But it's where, I would get interrupted. I'm like, my response would be like some aggressive, overbearing, hey, listen to what I'm saying to you. I have some, good information to share with you, but I'm starting to do more, active listening, even adaptive listening to where I can understand. So that's a work within me where I'm trying to also modify my behaviors and really try to go and focus in on that intent with that person. We all have them though.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah. And I think to answer your question, do you think that people can keep it together long-term under pressure? So let me just give you a 10-second, like old me and new me, right?
Okay.
Old me was not able to hold anything together under pressure. And I was a pretty straight, blunt guy. And one of my good friends, Tony McMath, told me one day, like, hey man, listen, you can't talk to folks like that. Like you gotta round some of the edges when you communicate with people. And so I went from one extreme to the other extreme where I'm kind of trying to really be empathetic with people. Yeah. And sometimes that can be almost enabling. And then when it does come out, it like all comes out.
That's right.
Yes.
I can hear Tony saying that.
I cannot see you having the other side, the old
That's
side,
right.
to be honest. Yes, I cannot see you. You're very soft-spoken.
That's called progress.
Yeah, that's progress.
I love this one. I love this one.
That's right.
Yeah.
With that, though, it's the teaching in the book is valuing people, right? Yes, but how can you start valuing people when pressure hits? It's like, that's the last thing you wanted to do. Like, why are you not seeing this? How come we're just not fixing this?
That's right.
But that's what the high road leadership is, valuing people. But us being transparent, showing that low road leadership is actually reacting to things instead of just pausing. But the question that I have is, if nothing changes internally within us before we can even show it to people, can we really expect anything different externally?
Ooh, that's good. That's good.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you handle that one. I'm a working
man. Well, I mean, you have to do the work. You have to show up. If I want to learn to shoot free throws well, guess what? I better go to that 15-foot line away from the rim and start shooting those free throws. I have to do the work internally. So then when I'm called upon, when those moments happen, and when I need to show up in those moments, when the coach calls me in or I need to respond in such a good way, I've put some of that action and some of that prep time in so I can see a modification of my behavior.
That's good.
Hopefully make some of those free throws.
Yeah. And the reality is, I mean, the change internally, I mean, this book talks about seeing everyone as a 10. And so how you talk to people, right, comes from inside, not from outside. And so, and then, we talked about before on our podcast and in different conversations about those blind spots that you don't know what you don't know, Ernie. You just don't know what you don't know. And so everybody needs a partner to their destiny that can pull on their coattail a little bit and say, hey, man, listen, you can't treat people like that. You can't do that. And so that's where that inside out change begins to happen, I believe.
That's right. But, what if pressure isn't the problem, right? What if it's just revealing something that's already there within us? It might not feel great, but it can be helpful. So, it kind of causes me to think, has pressure ever taught us something about ourselves that we wouldn't have seen otherwise? What do you guys think about that? that you wouldn't have seen otherwise. Like, I guess, Ernie, what do you think about that? How does that resonate with you?
It deeply
Yes.
resonated deeply. So when you
getting in the dirty laundry now.
right, so it shows a reaction. Whenever you see a reaction, it shows something about you. And
That's right.
what do I mean about that? It's a deeper work within ourselves. Say, for example, someone tells you something negative.
Yeah.
Like, say, I don't know, Jeff, I don't like your long black hair.
Well, I wish I had long black hair, but that's fine.
It does not affect you because you don't have it, right?
That's fair.
But when it triggers something, like, say, I don't know, Jeff, I think white eyeglasses fits you more. Like, okay, well, what about what's wrong with my black eyeglasses?
That's right.
So it's not one of those intense pressure moments, but it affects us because of the fact that it triggers something in us.
Yeah.
And to me, that example that I gave earlier is grabbing a bottle of alcohol. By the way, for those who wants to know what happened afterwards, I did not drink it. I put it back in the fridge. That's growth to me, because I would have had a shot of it years ago. I don't even know why I did it. But it's realizing those moments. What about you? What do you think, Mr. McIntosh?
Yeah. So listen, I know there's residue sometimes from places that are like that I haven't gotten healing in, right? And sometimes you can project. If somebody touches the things that sore, and they could just not mean anything about it, but because it's a place that I haven't addressed or a place that I haven't healed in. Like when you touch that sore on my hand, it's like, wait a minute, I just tapped it lightly, and then to get that reaction. And so, pressure, can reveal some things and teach you some things, because, how you respond in that moment, it's like, well, was it really what this person said? Or is there something on the inside of you, going back to our first conversation about what's on the inside of you comes out?
Yeah, I mean, and that's really good because, whether we know this or not, most growth doesn't happen when life is easy. We'd like for it to be. I want things handed me on a silver platter. That'd be great, right? But it happens when something causes us and forces us to look a bit deeper. So as we're talking about valuing other people, we have to look inward. So, in talking about pressure as well, are we currently in a season of pressure right now? And that causes us to kind of think and to reflect and be, self-aware. I know self-awareness can be like the 4-letter word, but hey, are we self-aware to evaluate and recognize these things?
Can I answer that question?
Yeah, go for it, man. Go for it.
Go for it.
I mean,
listen, I just left the Costco gas station, so let me tell you, I'm definitely in a season of pressure right now. $100 later. No, go ahead.
But, what might it be trying to show you right now? So we recognize the pressure. We're in a moment of pressure, a season of pressure. And what are we, what's coming forth right now that we should kind of pause and pay attention to?
Yes.
Right?
If I can jump on that.
Yeah.
So I love that we have Bishop Larry Mays on the comments, and he was asking if we are able to share traits of high road, what traits of low road leadership, which we have explained earlier. But one of the questions that he had is, what are sustainable solutions to decreasing the goals of leadership? We will hold off on answering that because we have the response for you later on, Bishop.
Yeah.
But on your question, we are all in pressure state right now. But I think it's more so of, like you said, it's a moment of reflection, moment of pausing, and even accepting the fact that you are in it.
Yes.
Because when we just, it's a matter of surviving or thriving. If you are just a leader who is so many problems right now, when is it going to end? But and I've dealt with that. Like I said, I've had a very rough week, but at the end of the day, you kind of have to stop and say, how will I continue showing up despite of all these pressures that I face? Right?
Yeah,
if you have employees who challenge you, how will you continue to show up?
Yeah.
And that's so good. I mean, it's the idea, not why is this happening to me, but how is this happening for me? You know, instead of asking, how can I escape this thing? What if I asked myself and paused and asked myself, what can I actually learn from this?
That's it.
Exactly.
If we take a moment to actually reflect on how I can grow, just kind of watch out and see the magic happen.
That's good. That's good. That's good. Well, listen, as we're rounding the corner, I want to talk about this. What's really being formed on the inside of us? What's really being formed on the inside of us? And with this in mind, that if what's inside eventually comes out, then the real question is, how do we begin that formation? How do we begin that shaping of what's on the inside of us?
You know, I want to jump in real quick. So to that question, so this is a live show, everybody. But so we go through and we kind of talk through some of the things we want to talk about. Len, you shared about love languages, and you shared about, you know, if you can, I want to put you on the spot if I can.
Yeah.
Where you can bring those up here, because, you know, if it's one of those things where your question, what's on the inside eventually comes out. So how can we begin to shape that? So talk, if you can share about that.
Yeah. So look, there's so when we talk through like what's on the inside eventually comes out, we talked the other day about the 5 love languages and how we could be assuming that we're loving somebody, that we're giving somebody what they want. But sometimes that can be selfish, from a selfish space, because we got 5 languages of love: words of affirmation, acts of service, gifts, quality time, and physical touch.
Yeah.
And so I might be loving someone with gifts, right? And their love language is quality times. And that could create conflict, because what's comfortable for me to give you as far as gifts, I could be missing the mark altogether.
Yeah.
Right? And we're constantly in this war, because it's like, hey, I'm giving you gifts. Well, I don't need gifts. I need time. And it's like, right? Go right.
Yes.
Come on, Ernie.
And when we truly value that person, you actually are learning, you're developing a relationship on how they want to be loved.
That's it.
You know, we oftentimes will love people how we want to be loved, not how they want to be loved. Right. You know, that's so good, man. I appreciate you sharing that. What were you going to say, Ernie?
Yeah.
Yes, I wanted to jump in as a devil's advocate here. What if we say, well, I've always been this way.
Oh,
that's yeah.
I've always been this. Why do I have to change? Why do I have to make changes? Why can't people just adapt? I'm sure our listeners are not like this, but
the first thing I'll tell them to read my second book. I'll tell them, read my second book, because that dismantles the idea of we've never done it that way before. That, you know, if we've never done something before, you know, why modify? Ernie, keep going with that. That's good.
That's it. Yeah. And being in that space, like, it's that comfort zone, right? That I've always done it that way. And the fear of what it looks like to stop doing it that way, right? Fear of the unknown, Ernie.
Fear of the unknown. One of the things that I have learned at the very beginning of my growth journey, it's like a lot of like light bulb moments where it resonated with me, and one of those is a conference that I was watching where Lisa Nichols, a motivational speaker, shared about a story of her coaching a client, and the client did say that I've always been this way. Why do I have to make a change?
Exactly. Yeah.
And she reacted to it beautifully. She asked the question, well, how has that been working out for you?
Mic drop.
That's right.
Right?
Right. Yeah.
How is that working out for you?
Yeah. How is it working out? Ernie, do you think change can really happen? I mean, I'm 51 years old, and they say you can't teach an old dog new tricks, right? And so, you know, do you think that people come to a place where they just stop believing that they can make a change, that life can be different for them? Do you think that's really what's at the source. And so that means they just stop trying at that point.
I am a devil's advocate, like what I've said, but change is a decision.
That's right.
Wow, that's
change
good.
is a decision. It's not easy. Like if it's easy, everyone will do it, but it has to be intentional to a point.
Yeah.
And one of the things that I actually am doing right now, and I know Len, you're very interested in it too, is you're learning how your brain works.
Yes. Yeah.
You're learning how your brain works. It's one of those moments wherein there is a part of your brain that's called reticular activating system, RAS.
Yes.
I love this because it helps you realize and learn how your brain works. Whatever you focus on is what your brain will filter. So what does that mean? If you focus on the negative things, if you focus on the drama in your life, if you focus on the flaws in your team, that's what you will see. But if we focus on the possibilities, the solution, and the potential of an individual, guess what? That is what your brain will focus on. Again, change is a decision. You have to choose where you want to focus.
That's good. Hey, what's that book that talks about giving a dog a good, giving someone a good name and giving a dog? It talks about how when you keep saying bad dog, people begin to respond in that way, and so it's like give somebody and call people higher. But not only does it start, the hardest person to lead is yourself. And so you got to start to begin to reframe and give new neural pathways and really kind of begin that reframing process. And so this is the challenge, y'all. This is the challenge. Can I give you the challenge?
Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
Are you making room now for the kind of growth that will help you stand strong in the future? Are you using words that speak life and not speak death? Are you looking at the glass as half full instead of half empty? Jeff, I'm going to get off of this because I'm going to start preaching here in a minute. So come on, man. I'm passionate about this. Come on, Jeff.
I'm here for it here. So y'all, when in leadership conversations, it's always important to have a call to action. It's important to have just this understanding in this application point. So that's what we're really going to be bringing to you guys here. So with our conversation that we've had today, what's in you will come out of you, especially under pressure. So we recognize that. So, as we're having these conversations, these podcasts, and folks that are kind of viewing in later, we want to give you a little bit of opportunity in the weeks to come. But here's what we'd like for you guys to focus in on. Pay attention to just one pressure point area, not all of them, not just one. Don't try to fix them right away, but just pause. Just notice it. Recognize what came out of you. What kind of responses were you emulating? What kind of things were you showcasing? And then kind of think, why was that response there? Why did I, respond in this way? And think, where might that have come from? Because awareness is really where growth begins. So next time we're going to talk and take you guys through next steps and talk about how to actually start changing what's happening beneath the surface. So very excited about that here. So we're going to bring us back here to everybody. Thank you. Hey guys.
Yes.
Thank you.
Moment with Jeff. Love this.
You can see how bald I really
Jeff.
was.
Yeah. Sign me up, Jeff.
And to our viewers. You guys are so funny. Anyway, to our viewers, if this episode helped you, don't just listen. Use it or share it with someone whom you think will benefit from it.
Yes. Just take one idea like we talked about and act on it this week. Share this with somebody who needs it. Like and subscribe to keep leveling up.
Come on. And if you'd like to learn more, we'd love to connect to you. We'd love to serve you well. As coaches, speakers, facilitators, authors, it will be our joy to come alongside you and partner with you in your journey. You can find our contact information below. Until the next time, keep rising, keep leading, and keep moving forward.
Woke up this morning, feeling the vibe, got my headphones on, ready to thrive. Voices in my ear, lifting me high, upward bound, put tasks, reaching for the sky.